I see advertisements of people endorsing political candidates and parties, and whether you're a left or a right winger. And the funny thing about that is people have got their priorities all mixed up. Anybody that you have to order to do the right thing is not your friend. I repeat, anybody that you have to order or stand over to do the right thing by you is not your friend. I think that's where a lot of people that support political parties get mixed up. Anytime that a government does for the people, it's usually because the people have taken action against that government in the form of voting for someone else or staying at home altogether. So when you hear this thing about who's got your back, nobody has your back. Let's be real about that. Government, political parties, they have their own agendas. In the one area that Americans have to learn to be selfish, it's the area of voting for for what's priority to you. That is the area that you should be incredibly selfish. The government on its own, red or blue, is not going to do for you unless you give them a quick, swift kick in the ass. They're not going to do it. They're business as usual politics with an agenda that many times has nothing to do with with the people that are placing their votes. It has more to do with the ideas and the agendas that they have set. There are people that make these pro-Trump commercials. They make these pro-Trump comments on Facebook and YouTube. And there are people that make pro-Hillary comments and they make pro-Bernie Sanders comments. And the funny thing is, none of these motherfuckers live next to anybody that remotely looks or smells like you and I. Thus the great hypocrisy of it. They live in their compounds, their neighborhoods that you need codes to get into. They live in the suburbs away from the very people that they claim to want to help. When you vote, you should vote as a hired gun. When you go in voting, do not look for friendship. Look for benefit. That's the only way that you're probably going to win. What I urge is for other Americans to take the hired gun stance that I have. I'm neither a liberal, I'm neither a conservative, I'm not an independent. Hell, I have to check a box, and that box changes year in and year out. But the fact of the matter is, my agenda is one that works for me. Knowing the facts and the track record will help you make an informed decision as to who you should support. Because while none of them are your friends, there are some that have a propensity to do those things that you actually need done. I strongly urge my fellow Americans to take the same stance. Voting in a way that is team-oriented is detrimental. You cannot treat this like a football game. Blacks traditionally vote Democrat, and the Democratic policies, I'm not talking about the Democratic rhetoric, but the Democratic policy has not been good for Black America. White Americans with pre-existing health care concerns vote for a party that wants to keep you from having insurance that takes into consideration your pre-existing conditions. Fascinating. It's fascinating in a sad, sad way. The simple steps to take to eliminate everything, to eliminate fake news, to eliminate outrage news, is to simply look at the policies that they have implemented. You must do something that many Americans don't do. In my state, they read at a fucking 8th grade level. You must read, and you must understand the policymakers and what they've done as opposed to what they say. What they say in public is what they use to corral the masses. They're banking on you being stupid.